I have a post office box as my GMB address, and I have an unpublished office address. I want to update my office to this new address. What's the best way to update my address and not lose any Google juice? Okay, so okay, so you've got your GMB address or post office box, and then an unpublished office address. As far as I know, you can just switch the address. We've done this. I mean, this is pretty common when a lawyer will move. We've had lawyers before that have moved office locations. Now, the question comes down to where is the new office in relation to where the post office box is? Because basically, you got to remember, Google is using proximity to the searcher as a pretty major ranking factor. So if if Google thinks that your new address is several miles away from that post office box, then you could definitely run into some issues just because of the fact that now Google thinks you're in a different location. So there's there could be more competition. If you have, we have a client right now that we're dealing with. They have a Regis office, and the problem is there's like he's a family law attorney. There's like 6 other family law attorneys in that same office building. So he's being filtered because Google's not going to show 6 of the same law firm in one location. So you run into some issues there. It's about 2 miles. Dan, what city are you in? And also, will the address change? So, for example, if your post office box is Boston, and then, you could end up moving to like Wellesley or something, which is like a suburb. Is that going to change as well? I'm not sure. There's a bit of a delay, so I don't know if Dan's going to give me the answer or not. But that would be another issue, is if your city and your address changes. Like I was saying, so for example, if you're trying to rank in Orlando and your post office box is in Orlando, and then your new office location is Winter Park, then you're going to lose your Orlando rankings because it's very, very, very difficult. Old office is in Fountain Valley, new office is in Garden Grove. Okay, yeah. So if you're ranking for Fountain Valley, well, see, Fountain Valley and Garden Grove are pretty small areas, so it could small areas. Well, I don't know about Garden Grove. I honestly, I don't know. What my point is that if you're in 2 different areas, so for example, if your office is Orlando, right, and then you move to a suburb like Winter Park, those are 2 decent size areas. You're very rarely going to rank for Orlando and Winter Park in the maps. If you have an Orlando address, you're probably not going to rank for Winter Park in the maps. And if you have a Winter Park address, you're probably not going to rank for Orlando in the maps. Now, we have seen some exceptions with this. Like, for example, we have a client in Long Beach, California, and he also wants to rank in Seal Beach. And his Long Beach address actually does rank in Seal Beach. But it's because Seal Beach is such a small area and it's such a it's really not a competitive area at all. If you're talking about any sort of population whatsoever in an area, it's going to be very difficult. So, really, the I don't have a great answer for you. Really, it's change the address and see what happens. But those are some things to consider. I would definitely consider the city is going to change, so that means your rankings are likely going to change. Although I don't know how big Fountain Valley is. I know Garden Grove. I don't know how big Garden Grove is either. The only reason I think I know Garden Grove is from the Sublime song. So, I don't know. Hopefully that helps. I don't know if it's helpful or not, but hopefully it does. All right, so next person said, okay, yeah, that's another option. Keep them both and just have a second location.